Hello guys, today I'm testing Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments for PC. First I'm doing 1080p, full screen, no VSync, shadows on high, post-processing on high too. Same with textures, details quality and anti-aliasing I will keep it on medium, just because. So we start a new game. This game seems to be capped at 62 frames per second. I already finished this game and it's pretty awesome. If you like LA Noire or something of the sort, you will love this game. It's all about puzzles and thinking, well, what happened, and you decide who to accuse and what to do with the story. Most of the times you have various endings for each case, and it looks pretty good. I finished it when it was out, when it was first released. I finished it and I had a blast playing it. As you can see, the game seems to be kinda capped close to 60 and the GPU usage is quite low, but it's pretty smooth. You don't need a higher frame rate in this case, since, well, you don't do something like an action game into this game. It's more like puzzle solving, so you don't need much reflexes and stuff like that. In some parts you might, but nothing bad. It's very nice to look at. As you can see, depth of field seems to be taking most of the performance. But it doesn't matter, you're not controlling the scene at the moment.
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. The sailor.
I'll skip all this.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
Okay, so welcome to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. As you can see, it's very similar to LA Noire. What else? Let's see. I gotta go to Woodsman's Lee now. So we choose Woodsman's Lee. And you can see the casebook at any time, mostly even on loading screens. And you can see the evidences and some bias of the characters and stuff you've picked up, and all the dialogues. For FPS monitoring and PC monitoring in general, I'm using cam. As you can see in the top left corner. In the top right corner you can click on the cam sign, on the logo I mean, and you can see a tutorial I made on how to use it. You also have a link below in the description to download it if you want to. So you also have like a different vision, so you can see like text on things you can interact with.
Inspector Lestrade, when...
I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carrick.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual on the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Okay, you can also do the Sherlock Holmes thing in order to get more info. As you can see, you have to find evidence, as you can see. So Sherlock can take some some conclusions about her. At the beginning they are pretty easy, but they're not so subtle in the end of the game. Here you are. So you make a portrait of the character and you can ask more stuff.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy. But he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, how do you know about that?
Quick time events. You can choose here, so you should choose the correct one. But how do you know about play mode? Profile the victim, pilgrimage. Let's see if it was that one.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes.
I'll skip all this
I dared to glance in through the door and...
if I can.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement. Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Thank you, madam.
So you can see the game is not very consistent in the frame rate, but it's not really needed to have a higher frame rate. Also, changing the resolution will need me to restart the game, so I will do just that. I'll go to the menu and restart the game in order to change to 900p. Okay, we keep all the same, and we have to relaunch the game, as you can see here. So we're back into the game, in the games menu. We're at 900p, as you can see in the top left corner, so we continue. Okay.
Inspector?
Yes, I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
I can...
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Okay, so I should do this again. I'll do it pretty damn fast now.
Thank you, madam.
So I skipped that. I might do it later. But as you can see, we're getting a better frame rate since we lowered the resolution. So at 720p we should be always at 60 frames per second, since here we are pretty close to that. So let's continue.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll...
Ah,
Hello.
what is it, Lestrade?
Seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Also, if you want 60 frames per second and 1080p, you can just overclock the 750 Ti and you should be fine. But as I said before, there is no need for playing at 60 frames per second, in my opinion. So don't worry.
These scratches off. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now a mysterious visit.
Well,
Perhaps.
I suggest you just enable VSync for this game. I've seen a lot of screen tear. You may not be able to notice it because of the video, but I can notice a lot of screen tear. So I suggest you enable VSync or Nvidia's adaptive VSync.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. The weapon. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. JHN. These are breathing. This block. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
As you can see, after you got some clues, you have to link them and you get new deductions. So you see, an ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated. You will get a lot of those like signs there, and you have to link them in order to solve the case. And it's pretty interesting. In the final games you have more than 15 and you get to think a lot, and it's pretty interesting.
Peter Carey. This place is not covered with dust. An object was taken from here. These boots don't match.
well, Mr. Holmes. What do you...
I think that we are,
And what...
because of last. It is. We shall.
So now we're going to ambush someone here. It should.
This looks.
So we're going to see if someone breaks in.
Did you hear that? There's someone there. collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! I'll be right there. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing?
Your detectives are
In a
chap.
What is
Job.
you?
No. What?
Enough. In
Guys, I'm skipping all this. So well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.